In this session, we have to discuss about capillary rise. Before we going to capillary rise, first of all, what is a capillary tube? Okay, the term capillary comes from the Latin word capillus. The meaning of the capillus is hair. We can understand from this meaning it is a very thin substance. Thin means here this tube containing narrow bore, and the meaning of the capillary tube is a cylindrical tube open at both ends having a narrow bore. Narrow bore means the diameter of the cylindrical tube is very less. Okay, then capillary rise. Generally, if the capillary tube is dipped vertically into the liquid column inside the tube is rises or falls. If the liquid column inside the tube is rises, then it is called capillary rise. The meaning of capillary rise is if a capillary tube is dipped vertically into liquid, then liquid column inside the tube is rises, then it is said to be capillary rise. Okay, for some substances we can observe capillary fall also, and the capillary rise and fall depends upon the nature of the solid and liquid pairs. Okay, let us consider there is a bowl contains some amount of the liquid. If the capillary tube is dipped into that liquid vertically, some amount of liquid is rises into that capillary tube. Okay, in the other hand, there is a broad vessel like this. Into that broad vessel there is some amount of the liquid. We can dip 4 different capillary tubes vertically into that glass vessel. As we go from this side to this side, the radius of the capillary tube is increased gradually. If the radius of the capillary tube is increased, we can observe there is a capillary rise decrease in the capillary tube. From this we can observe that the radius is inversely proportional to the height of the capillary in the tube. Okay, generally this capillary rise or capillary fall is due to cohesive and adhesive forces between the similar and non-similar molecules of the substances for a given pair of solid and liquid substances. Okay, Causes for the capillary rise and capillary fall. Okay, inside the capillary tube, if the liquid column is rises, it is mainly due to the adhesive force is greater than cohesive force. Okay, adhesive force means the force of attraction between the molecules of a liquid to the molecules of the capillary tube substance. And cohesive force means the force of attraction between the molecules of the liquid. Okay, let us consider there is a container like this. Okay, and this container filled with the water. Now, a glass capillary tube is dipped vertically into this container, into this liquid. Okay, now the some amount of the liquid is rises into the glass capillary tube and forms the meniscus of the liquid as like this. The shape of the meniscus is like a concave. This is called concave meniscus. Okay, at the free surface of a liquid, the water molecules are attracted by the glass tube. This is due to adhesive force is greater than the cohesive force. Due to this attraction, we observe the concave meniscus. Okay, at here, the angle of contact is less than 90 degrees and the water molecules or the water wets the glass capillary tube. Okay, here adhesive force is greater than cohesive force. By observing the pressure at this point is some PA and pressure at this point is some PB. From this, we can observe that pressure inside the or pressure at a point which is just below the concave meniscus is more than pressure at the top side of the concave meniscus. Okay, these are the observations when the capillary rise is happened in the capillary tube and causes for the capillary fall. Okay, let us consider the capillary fall is mainly due to cohesive force is greater than adhesive force. Okay, cohesive force means again the force of attraction between the molecules of the liquid. Adhesive force means the force of attraction between the molecules of the liquid to the molecules of the substance of a capillary tube. Okay, let us consider there is a glass vessel like this and this glass vessel is filled with a mercury. Then the mercury inside the glass vessel forms the meniscus like this. If we dip a capillary tube into this vessel like this, then the mercury level inside the capillary tube falls. This is nothing but capillary fall. We can observe the meniscus inside the glass tube This is a capillary tube. When the substance is glass and we dipped this glass capillary tube into the mercury, it forms the meniscus like this. This is called convex meniscus. Okay, at here the angle of contact is greater than 90 degrees. Here the force of attraction between the molecules of the mercury is greater than the force of attraction between the molecules of the mercury to the molecules of the gas. That's why the mercury does not wet the glass surface. The mercury does not wet the glass. Okay, let us consider the pressure below the convex meniscus is some Pa and the pressure above the convex meniscus is some Pb. Then in the capillary fall, the pressure below the meniscus is greater than the pressure above the convex meniscus. Okay, due to the adhesive and cohesive force between the similar and non-similar molecules of the substances, between the pair of solid and liquid pairs, there is a capillary rise and capillary fall is observed in capillary tubes when those are dipped into the liquid. And this is the height of the liquid column. At here also, this is the height of the liquid column. Okay, in such cases, in some cases, we can observe that neither fall nor depression. For a pair of silver and water, silver means silver capillary tube and water. For example, if there is a vessel filled with the water, if we dip a capillary tube made with silver vertically into the liquid, then we observe that neither rise nor fall of the liquid level inside the capillary tube. At here, cohesive force is equals to adhesive force, and there is a flat meniscus we can observe, and the angle of contact is exactly 90 degrees. And for this combination of silver capillary tube and water, we can observe that neither rise nor fall, neither rise nor fall of the water in the silver capillary tube. Okay, now the applications of the capillarity. Let us consider there are two glass bowls, one is filled with water and another one is empty, and these two glass bowls are connected with a cloth. Okay, this cloth containing large number of fine pores. Fine pores means small holes, and these fine pores acts like a capillary tubes. By the phenomenon of the capillary rise, the water in the empty bowl is also, the water level is rises. Okay, in this application, here there is a tree, it contains large number of roots in the soil. Okay, and the narrow roots which absorb the water from the soil. By the phenomenon of capillary rise, these narrow roots supplies the water to the leaves, those are at the top edge of the tree also. We already observed that for the narrow capillary tube, the capillary rise is more. As like that, for the narrow roots, the capillary rise is more. That's why the water is reached up to the leaves, those are at the top level. And some more applications like glowing of the candle. It is a cylindrical, it consists of a cylindrical wax. At its center there is a cotton thread, and this cotton thread also containing large number of fine pores. When the flame touches to the wax, this wax melts, and the melting wax is absorbed by the cotton thread. That's why the candle is continuously glowing. And after washing our hands, we use tissue papers for cleaning. These tissue papers also containing large number of fine pores. That's why these fine pores also again acts as a capillary tubes, and these capillary tubes absorbs the water on our surface of the hands. That's why we can easily remove the wet on our hands. And cotton cloths, in summer for wearing cotton cloths are comfortable to all. Why? Because of these cotton cloths also containing large number of fine pores, and these large number of fine pores easily absorbs the sweat on our body. Due to this, we wear the cotton cloths in summer season. These are the applications of the capillarity. Surface tension of the capillarity. Surface tension of capillarity means surface tension of a liquid inside the capillary tube. Before we going to find out the surface tension of the liquid inside the capillary tube, let us consider there is a vessel like this. Okay, it consists of some amount of liquid. When the capillary tube is dipped vertically into this liquid, let us assume that for this pair of solid and liquid substances, there is a capillary rise. In case of capillary rise, inside the capillary tube, there is a concave meniscus is formed. Okay, and the surface tension, it is a tangential force acting at the free surface of a liquid. Now, this is the tangential force acting at the free surface of a liquid. This is the direction of the surface tension, and it makes an angle theta with the vertical, and of course this is the angle of contact. Here also the tangential direction for this free surface of a liquid is as like this. Okay, this is the direction of the surface tension. It also makes an angle theta with the vertical. Okay, and this is the angle of contact. Okay, and the surface tension is resolving into two components. One is along the vertical, it is t cos theta, and one is along the horizontal, it is t sin theta. Okay, due to the surface tension, the rising amount of the liquid is held by the capillary tube. Here, due to surface tension, the rising amount of the liquid inside the capillary tube is held by it. Okay, now this is the rise in height. Okay, let us consider At the equilibrium condition, here the liquid level neither rises nor falls down. At the equilibrium condition, the total upward forces is equals to total downward forces. Here the upward force is T cos theta and the downward force is weight of the liquid. Okay, and this T cos theta balances the weight of the liquid. This T cos theta balances the weight of the liquid. And at the equilibrium condition, total upward forces is equals to total downward forces. From the definition of the surface tension, we write that surface tension is nothing but force acting per unit length. From this, force is equals to surface tension into effective length. Okay, here the upward force at equilibrium condition upward force is equals to downward force. Okay, here the upward force is F equals to T into L. Here T is the surface tension. Here the upward surface tension component is T cos theta. Okay, from this formula, force is equals to surface tension into length. In upward direction, surface tension is T cos theta, and the surface tension acting on the meniscus of the liquid. This is like a shape of a circle of radius small r. Okay, now the circumference, the effective length is nothing but the circumference of that meniscus. T cos theta into 2 pi r is equals to downward force. Downward force is nothing but the weight of the fluid inside the capillary tube. It is mg. Okay, on solving this we got that T cos theta into 2 pi r is equals to mg. Mass is nothing but volume into density into g. Volume. Here the volume of the rising liquid inside the capillary tube. By observing this is a diagram like this. At the free surface of a liquid, there is a meniscus like this, and the water is rising into the capillary tube like this. Okay, up to here, this is the height of the liquid column, and we want to find this volume also. Here there are actually, we want to find the volume of the liquid inside the capillary tube. Here our intention is to find the volume of the rising liquid inside the capillary tube. Up to here there is a total liquid, but up to here there is only this is the part of the liquid. Due to this, we want to find out the volume as the part of this volume is pi r square h. Okay, and this is like a hemisphere of height as the radius of the meniscus r. Okay, and this part of the volume is simply the volume of the cylinder minus volume of the hemisphere. Now here the volume means volume of the rising liquid inside the capillary tube. By observing this diagram clearly, it is like this is a capillary tube, inside this is the rising liquid inside the capillary tube, and it forms a concave meniscus like this. Up to here there is full amount of liquid, and in the diagram we can take it as up to here, this is the height, and there is also liquid content at here. Okay, how we can find the volume of the liquid just below the concave meniscus? Okay, this is nothing but volume of the cylinder. It is V equals to pi r square h, and this is also the shape like a cylinder of height as the radius of the meniscus. At here the height is nothing but the radius of that meniscus. Okay, to find the volume of the liquid, simply we can remove the volume of this hemisphere into the total volume of this cylindrical tube. Okay, simply it is the volume of this total cylindrical tube is pi r square into h. Here height is nothing but the radius of the tube minus, from this total volume we can remove the volume of this hemisphere. Hemisphere is nothing but half sphere. Volume of this sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. For hemisphere it is into 1 by 2. On solving this we got V equals to pi r square h plus pi r cube minus 2 by 3 pi r cube. From this we got V equals to pi r square h, pi r cube minus 2 by 3 pi r cube, it is 1 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, by substituting the volume, effective volume of the liquid, rising liquid inside the capillary tube, we got that t cos theta into 2 pi r is equals to V, it is pi r square h plus 1 by 3 pi r cube into rho g. In these two terms also, by getting common pi r square, it is t cos theta into 2 pi r is equals to, by getting common pi r square, h plus r by 3 into rho g. Okay, there is a common term pi and r square is cancelled. We got that t cos theta into 2 is equals to r into h plus r by 3 into rho g, and the value of surface tension is T equals to r into h plus r by 3 into rho g by 2 cos theta. This is the formula for the surface tension of the liquid inside the capillary tube. In some cases, here if the height of the rising liquid inside the capillary tube is very great than the radius of the tube, then we can neglect r by 3 approximately is equals to 0. In such cases, the surface tension is T equals to h r rho g by 2 cos theta. Okay, this is the expression for the surface tension of the liquid inside the capillary tube.